Thanks very much for popping by the den. Thanks very much for watching this video. So this little video is just an update to what's happening in the forge. I get a lot of emails and texts and things asking sort of what extra development I'm doing and what could be up and coming and all those sort of elements and other support material as well. So I thought we'd just have a quick overview of where we're up to with bits and pieces. Things have been a little bit slow, to be honest with you. I found that the lockdown was counterproductive for me, in that I said you would think that you would actually be in lockdown, you'd actually have more time to do things, but it sort of went the opposite way. Anyway, we are where we are now, and we are moving ahead. And I have done a separate video, but in front of me here is the new walls collection, the cave walls, which I think you've alluded to, and I put a few pictures on, but that is now ready. And there's a separate video that introduces this, and it is now available through Etsy and so on if you wish to partake. But this is the next stage into that. And that's actually an interesting point to stay on, is what is the next development stage for any walls and surround material that would enhance your gameplay? We're very much at the stage now where we need to see more detail from the developers of Gloomhaven, Frosthaven, to get an idea. Now, there were some really cool pictures that came out. He released a number of map tiles to show what sort of scenario and the artwork and thing. It hasn't been confirmed that those are part of the process or part of the collection, but having a look at them, they do actually map tiles that we already have in. So if you have the tile collection already, then the frames, there's a number of frames there, and I forget the numbers, I think it's D, L and H, that was shown on the pictures, showing some different flooring and so on. And one would like to think that they're going to be using those map layout tiles quite a bit. So, but we won't know what other quirky ones there are or anything different from Gloomhaven until really the box set comes out. I don't see them issuing anything prior. I have requested, but it's very much a case of, well, let's wait to find out. But I'm sure that they do know what they are. We just don't know ourselves. And when we do know, obviously, we'll be putting out the frames for those. However, in the meantime, we did notice on those pictures that there is a metal sort of room. So there's a steampunk type feel going on with cogs and things like that. Very much sort of the mechanic type thing. So put some tiles together, went for a sort of grated tile design. There'll be some more pictures of this coming up, and also changed a few little things on the tile frames themselves, made them another mil thicker, to be honest, on there. It does add to the print time, but there's a little bit more flexibility with them, and playing around with a few, and made the tiles a fraction deeper as well. Now, it shouldn't affect your current tiles, so they're still mixing and matching. They will, however, probably stand slightly proud, but I don't think you'll really see any great difference. I can't off those, but the slight changes to the dimensions of those have made changes. The man-made tile, not the man-made, but the sort of stone floor tiles, they're a bit deeper because I wanted a bit more relief in them. And then there was the wood tiles, which we've already got in the system, and then there was a number of other sort of what they called ice tiles and things. And really, staying with that, the ice tiles and dirt tiles, it's very difficult to print a relief on them that indicates what they are. And once you move out of sort of stone, metal and wood, you're into sort of a bland tile, really. And you know, if you start adding more things, you're going to get a bit of, you know, it's going to take a lot more time. So really, I'm going to stay to a generic tile. I'm, you know, going with the fact that most people will top these tiles, you know, the plain ones. So if you've got, you know, you want sand tiles, you want dirt tiles, you want you know, snow tiles, and I'll be doing a number of those, so keep an eye out for pictures to show you those. So there are the new tiles to think, and staying with the walls and the so on and the tiles. Obviously there'll be some ideas of the steampunk type stuff that we've been seeing as well. Once again, quantities. The cave set that I've just alluded to follows the same quantity list as the layouts and things as previous 2 wall sets, but moving ahead into specifics, we won't know once again until we see the map tiles how many. Now there were wood on the picture, it showed wood tiles inside of a building, so more wooden walls. Now there are wood walls in walls too, but they're more sort of the settlement outdoor walls. So one of 2 things, either going to wait till we see the map tiles and say yes, there are 10 map tiles that have wood in them and wood walls and things like that. That's when we'll tailor something for specifically for Frosthaven and the requirements there, and the rest is all mix and match to make it you know, a more interesting layout for you. So that's it on there. Currently, doors, people were talking about doors. Yeah, there are a number of doors in development. Once again, I'd like to see, I think I've got a good idea of the types of doors, so you will be seeing new door sets. We stopped putting doors in with the starter sets after Walls 1. That came with sets of doors. And then really we were upscaling the product for Walls 2 and Walls 3. Separate doors, okay, we'll be moving on. Next thing, monsters. So, number of you, lots of you out there bought the print service, which gave you 222 monsters, which from the basic game. And also there was the add-on bosses pack. Now, nothing was done with the Forgotten Circles in mind. But moving ahead to Frosthaven, you've got to remember that 60% of the basic monsters in the basic game are being migrated to Frosthaven. So for those that are looking to get monsters, and maybe just looking now to get monsters for Frosthaven, then there is a print service by myself offered just to get those 60%. Now there is a number of other ones in development. I do see over the coming months the remainder of the monsters to make up Frosthaven. However, once again, I'm trying to pin the exact list down. Now, you all know I do a spreadsheet and I sort of maintain the spreadsheet. And I think I've got pretty much 90%, but it seems like there is no definitive monster list. And we could do with a monster list specific and also a bosses specific. But to my knowledge, that is not out there at the moment. It's sort of like I get a bit from this side, get a bit from that side. You know, if you ask the publisher, it tends to be, well, you have to wait until you see the booklet and things like that. So it could be a last minute. But I think most of the stuff will be in place, and then there may be just 1 or 2 models that need to be run up. However, in the meantime, if you want to move ahead with monsters, you can. And you can just get the Frost ones that have been migrating to Frosthaven to get a head start on those. They do take a little bit of work, so you're all prepped, ready for those. So that was it for the monsters. As we know, they won't be advertised. It is a print service, and I have obviously files ready to print for you if those are the ones that you want, or you will send me the files to print for you. Okay, so a couple of other things. Do get a lot of questions about, you know, what paints to use, how do you do this, how do you do that. I'm not a professional painter. I've got to get by. I'm a table ready, you know, game ready sort of painter, and playing around with things is where I find most of my fun on there. So I will start a short series on painting tips and and what paints to use and those sort of recommendations, if any, just to get started, because there are a lot of people that come into our hobby, especially miniatures, where they buy into the scenery and they need that helping hand, even from what perhaps most of us would consider the basics. Okay, so there'll be a series of them. Plus I've been playing around with UV resin and using a UV resin lamp to generate some pretty cool effects, especially with Frosthaven and the sort of effect of ice dripping and things like that. So I'll be doing a little bit of thing on that. For many of you, that will be new territory, and just gives a little bit of variety to doing these things. Okay, apart from that, obviously other development in some of the other areas. You know, we're still waiting for Lord of the Rings next expansion. Nemesis is coming out soon from the reprint, so that's out in the ring, and then we're going to see the upscale one later on. And that's really it from me, just to give a quick update. So if you have any questions, anything that you want to ask, then please do so in the comments, or preferably, I should really welcome you all from Facebook, or have you come through for YouTube. But if you are just on the YouTube channel, then please go over and join our Facebook page. It's pretty low key type thing, in the sense that, you know, we've just got people on there that are showcasing their work, and thank you very much for those showcasing the work. It's really, really cool what you've been doing. And some of the inspiration and some of the ideas are really exceptional. But, you know, everything that people post on is really much appreciated, and I just like seeing it, as it's that involvement, isn't it, of everybody going forward. Right, thank you very much for watching. Like I say, any questions, any Q&A, anything that you perhaps suggest would like to be done, or some ideas and that, let's post them up onto Facebook. Let's get a bit of a discussion going, and if there's enough impetus there for things that you would like to have a play, you know, to see if we can move forward with any assistance there, then please do so. Till next time, thank you very much. Goodbye.